17-year-olds. Boys made off with $3. While Madeline is recovering from a broken hip at St. Vincent Health Center, Mary is trying to make sense of the violence that's so foreign to her.
That why don't they speak up and ask for something before they attack and see if we had anything or if we could do anything for them. I don't.
At the same time, Mary is coping with the anger.
If I had a baseball bat, I'd hit him across the head. I'd bash him. That's what I would do.
And the what-ifs.
I feel terrible because when I stop to think that I could have been a goner, that they could have picked me up buried me today.
Authorities say the harsh reality is that there is really no way to protect yourself from such predators.
These ladies didn't put themselves at risk in a particular manner, but nonetheless they became victims of crime. So despite everything that you might do to stop yourself from being a victim, it can still happen to you.
And for Mary Colon, who comes from a generation where children respected their elders and punishment meant something, she clings to the hope there's a lesson for all of us.
Well, they better do something to, not only for me, but for the future, that other people will see, or other kids will see, that they better not venture into anything like that and hurt people.
Kim Young, Newswatch 35.
Hey.
17-year-old Jennifer Schaefer has spent the last 2 weeks trying to rebuild her life in Union City. A life without her child. A life the district attorney believes should be taken away.
I'm the only one that can say what actually happened to my son. Because it was just me and him there. And that's it. They were telling me that they weren't going to seek it on me.
If somebody's sitting in their living room at home and they want to hear what Jennifer Schaefer has to say about what happened to your baby and why you shouldn't get the death penalty.
It's just that I didn't hurt Christopher. And no matter what people say, they don't understand that Ed's a lot bigger than I am. And how people can manipulate and control what you think. So.
Were you afraid of him?
Yes, I was.
Why didn't you just leave?
Because he told me he had people watching everything I did. So I just believed what he said and just sat there. And every time we'd leave,
when 3-month-old Christopher Schaefer died, Jennifer says she held his broken body in her arms and asked for forgiveness.
I just told him that I was sorry that I didn't help him and that I couldn't stop Ed from hurting him. And that he knows that he's the only one that really knows what happened.
Christopher Schaefer's life is over. His mother's may rest in the hands of a jury. With a future that's uncertain, Jennifer Schaefer clings to hope of
they found out that I didn't hurt my son and that they get me out of jail as soon as possible if I can be home with my family where I need to be.
Do you want to have more children someday?
Someday.
Kim Young, Newswatch 35, Nightbeat. These are cases of poverty. They are the children who live in the heart of Ewing's poorest neighborhoods. Does anybody here ever miss breakfast sometimes? Skip breakfast?
I do.
Sometimes you go without breakfast? And how do you feel if you don't eat breakfast when you're in school? Are you hungry?
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make my stomach hurt.
30 seconds, a child in this country is born into poverty. If you could have anything, what would it be?
Take my mom and dad some clothes and stuff. I bought me a house, some clothes.
There are about 96,000 children in Erie County. 1 in 7 of them live in poverty. 2 out of every 3 minority children live in poverty. What does it mean to be rich?
It means you can have anything you want.
Do you know what it means to be poor? What does that mean?
If you was poor, you ain't had jack.
Do you guys know anybody that's poor?
I know.
You do?
My dad.
Life here isn't easy. These children talk freely about things most adults have trouble understanding.
It's too bad out in the projects. They're always up there at the Harley shooting.
Does it scare you, guys?
Yeah. I'm scared to go to jail, get locked up.
Did you ever know anybody that went to jail?
I did. My dad punched the girl in the head with a brick and he got in jail.
Have you guys ever seen drugs? Do you know what drugs Tomorrow, I'll show you the impact poverty has on children and what you can do to help break the cycle. Kim Young, Newswatch 35. Out of the shadows of the night come older men looking for sexual favors. Favors from young boys at a price.
Guys would pick these kids up. Take them where? To mom?
Take them home.
And take them home.
Let me take them home.
And do what? Have sex with them.
Apparently, sex, right?
For money.
Sure, for money.
For drugs?
Is it money, drugs, whatever was involved here? These kids would do it.
What did you find out about these kids? Where are they coming from? Why are they doing this?
These kids have no family. These kids have nowhere to go. These kids are looking for a one-way out. And that's what it is.
Out here on the streets of our city, boys, some as young as 13, come knocking on car windows looking for easy money.
These kids would come up to the car and they would approach us.
They come up to your car, tell me exactly what they say to you. They knock on your window.
They say, hey, what's up? Would you like to, what's up? You want to come home? You want to get high?
These are guys that aren't looking for relationships or love.
No.
What are they looking for?
They're looking for a fast dollar that can be made with any hour or whatever and get back down to where they can make more money.
And money is what it's all about.
So tell me what 50 bucks would buy. What's 50 bucks?
Well, what would that get them? What would that get them? That would give them a great amount of pleasure, what they wanted, what they're looking for.
What does $100 get you?
$100, they could never stay overnight. $100 would get them to stay overnight. But these are kids that are on the streets in Erie and they have nowhere else to go, and a $50 bill, I'll tell you, you got it.
Many of the boys who become prostitutes wind up becoming puppets on strings held by pimps.
These kids are being pimped.
Right, these kids are being pimped.
The boys who sell their bodies out here on these streets and the men who pay for them are linked together in a kind of dependency, tangled together until they leave or these streets swallow them up. Kim Young, Newswatch 35. Small towns like Oil City are built around family, tradition, and church. But beneath the surface of this small community lies an evil force, the force of Satanism. This 16-year-old Oil City girl says she's been dabbling in Satanism for several years. She says she likes it. What led you to look into Satanism?
Just people I knew, like older people, like a couple years that just knew it and would talk about it, and you'd get curious.
She spoke with us on the condition we conceal her identity. She carries the Satanic Bible with her in a backpack that proclaims God is dead. She says she was drawn to Satanism because it's a religion that focuses on the individual. What is it that's so interesting about Satanism?
It presents new ideas and philosophies about why you're alive and, what's going on. In the Bible, it talks about God and Jesus and the devil and stuff, and they made everything.
The struggle between good and evil, right?
And Satanism says we're alive, we're people, and we should enjoy our lives on earth.
It seems very selfish. This
Yes.
is all about you.
Mostly. I mean, if you can be happy by making others happy, then that's a good thing, And it says that, you should be nice to people that you like and not be nice to people you don't like, and you shouldn't pray for your enemies and all that.
Are there kids in Oil City Into Satanism? Into the occult?
Yeah.
Why? Why Oil City?
Maybe because it is so small, you know?
Nothing to do?
Yeah.
A boredom kind of thing.
Christopher Hill is pastor of the Free Methodist Church. Hill says he's well aware of the undercurrent of evil surrounding his community and the young people who live here. Hill says he found a pentagram painted on his church doors.
Demonic Satanism, really is real, and we might think it's fictional, but it isn't. And so there is something, a danger we have to lose our teens to in that. And we might think, and they might even think initially, we're just playing around. But there is a great danger there.
Do you worry about the youth of this community?
I worry about youth everywhere, yes. I really do. My heart breaks because I do see the potential.
The potential of young people like 17-year-old Ben. Ben says he became interested in Satanism after God turned a deaf ear to his prayers.
When you were a little boy, were you taught about God and good and evil, and Satan was evil, and God was good?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to all that? Did you let it go? Baloney?
Because after so long, you pray to God and nothing happens, so just fall back on something else.
There are no statistics showing how many young people here choose to convert to Satanism. The police department monitors cult activity, but not the number of kids involved in it. Still, everyone here knows it exists, and everyone is worried. Pastors, police, and social workers in Oil City say until the youth of this community is offered something more positive, Satanism will continue to offer them a way out of what this self-described teenage Satanist calls a living hell.
Is this something you think this is the way you will live the rest of your life?
Well, yeah, but it's not like a big thing. It's like just trying to be happy.
The teen years can be difficult for kids and parents alike. It's not unusual, after all, for teenagers to gravitate to whatever's popular. And in Oil City, Satanism is becoming distressingly hip. Kim Young, Newswatch 35. Here on Paris Island, fierce drill instructors teach female recruits what it takes to become warriors, what it takes to become Marines.
Why is that rust? Why? Why do I see rust on that weapon like that? That's sick! Get the magazine wall to the front, Nagy. Bullets! Hut! Left, right! Left, right! Get over there and get undressed.
Bugle stick represents a weapon that's the same length and same weight as an M16A2 service rifle with an M7 bayonet attached to it.
Come Trinity 1, we were learning how to be Marines, right?
Yes! We're trying to mold them. Take everything away and mold them to build them up.
19-year-old Satoya Moffat is in the middle of basic training. She came here from Erie to earn the title of Marine.
I know I'll make a good Marine.
Well, how do you know that? How do you know tell me what a good Marine is. What's a good Marine?
Always professional. Doing what she's told to do. Always doing the right thing. Integrity, all of that. Yes, ma'am, when it comes.
What do you cry about? What is it?
Family. If last night I cried because I didn't know if I was going to be able to make swim quals.
Ready, step.
The most difficult part of training here at Paris Island is an endurance course called the Crucible. The Crucible teaches recruits here unity.
It teaches teamwork. It does. When you make someone suffer together, it teaches all that. It just happens. It's human instinct.
1 out of every 4 female recruits drops out of basic training. Toya Moffat says she won't be one of them.
I crossed my mind about giving up. I have family home. I have to believe in myself. I know my parents believe in me. I have my faith in God, and I believe it's going to happen.
Tomorrow night, I'll introduce you to a young woman who survived basic training and is now a Marine. Kim Young, Newswatch 35.
We should smile.
doesn't even begin to describe it.
Ah,
Ron and his
Jesus.
sleepy daughter Deanna were up at the crack of
Okay.
dawn to catch an early flight out of Cleveland.
Good service.
So far, so good. Next, it was on to the ticket counter to check in.
Okay, I need to see your photo ID.
I forgot it.
Oh, don't say that.
I know.
That Ron, he's such a kidder. After spending some time at the Continental counter, we finally realized Ron was flying Delta. But once we get to the right counter, Ron made a startling discovery.
Oh, I knew I forgot something.
7:35 a.m. in the morning. Crap. Did you forget your tickets?
I probably did.
Oh, don't tell me you forgot.
I'm serious. They were right in my van. Thus I had the package right there.
Is it at your house?
Yeah, at my house. In my van. I knew I forgot something.
Well, to add to the drama, Ron discovered the keys to his van were in his pocket, so we had to call a locksmith. While I'm panicking, Ron is trying to explain his dilemma.
This is the problem. Now, I forgot my tickets. But I called here last week to confirm them, so I was wondering if they might be in the computer. Holman.
There will never be an electronic ticket. There's no electronic tickets internationally. So we desperately need some sort of a ticket.
So, with phones in place, the Delta people helped us figure out what to do.
Oh, my goodness. I don't believe this.
Finally, with the whole staff of Delta's help, Ron and Deanna were cleared for takeoff. And after a mad dash through the airport, Ron and Deanna were finally on their way.
We got
Bye,
you.
Ronnie.
Okay, I'll see you.
Have a wonderful time.
All right, okay.
Ron and Deanna should arrive in Tokyo late tonight. And about 72 hours later, Erie's Olympic ambassador will carry the torch for us all. Kim Young, Newswatch 35. For Tom Parmenter, things have come full circle. 7 weeks ago, he was a prisoner of his own home. Now, he's a prisoner of his own making. Over the last 7 weeks, Tom has lost 60 pounds. Most of that weight came off during his first week in the hospital. The weight loss has been slow because Tom has reportedly been cheating. The sources tell us friends of his have been sneaking in goodies like candy bars. On a recent visit, Newswatch anchor Mary Anthor saw Tom eating a bag of jelly beans.
The only thing they bring in is cigarettes, all right, and bubble gum. That's it.
No candy bars.
No candy bars.
No jelly beans.
No jelly beans.
Now, even though Mary saw it, those jelly beans.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Yeah, now I remember. Yes, that was a couple that Chris just dropped off here. Yeah, 4 or 5 of them.
If people who sneak in candy, do you think they're friends? Are they your friends? If
No.
they bring you candy here.
No, not really.
Tom Parmenter is ready to go home.
I want out. I need to get out. You know, just a change of scenery. If anything else, you know. But I gotta get out of here.
Out of St. Vincent and back to a place where his problems began. If you go back to that house, you'll look for that comfort again. You'll look for the candy bar, the fudge, the whatever I've with you.
You know, that's possible. But then again, it may not be.
Time it was, and what a time it was.
Packs are being launched this week to clean out major enemy sanctuaries on the Cambodian-Vietnam border.
The images of a war fought more than 2 decades ago have haunted June McCaskey ever since she and her late husband said goodbye to their young son as he set sail for the Gulf of Tonkin.
That was the last time that you saw Jimmy?
Yes, I kissed him and I said Godspeed.
Navy pilot Jimmy Brahms has been presumed dead since his jet was shot down in 1968.
His father and I abandoned all hope when the men returned to Clark Field. The prisoners were released in February and March of 1973.
The U.S. Navy notified June McCaskey last week that it had found the remains of her son's jet and a peasant farmer who saw Brahms' jet go down.
A time of innocence, a time of confidences.
The discovery has erased images shadowing her son's memory.
You have waited all of these years to hear about your son. All of this time, what have you been thinking? You must have thought...
Everything hard. That he was captured, tortured, executed.
For June McCaskey, who cradled a young boy in her arms and held a man's memory in her heart, the healing can now begin.
Is this where your healing begins now? Now can
God
you...
willing. God willing.
I have a photograph. Preserve your memories. They're all that's left you.
Kim Young, Newswatch 35.